Hi everyone, welcome back to one of my videos. This is Selina. I hope you're well. So today I wanted to bring to you my new crochet project. It's part of like my spring summer collection, and it's a beautiful shrug. The free pattern and lots of pictures will be on my blog selinaveronique.com. I'll link everything in the description box too, so just don't forget to head over there for the pictures. For now, I've just completed my square because this is a shrug, so I just completed the square. I will take you through how to make this step by step, and then I'll just show you how to sew it together and make the edgings, which is why I finished this square and it's not complete, if that makes sense. But I will be using 5 skeins of Stylecraft Special Aran, and it's a gorgeous yarn. I absolutely adore it. So it's 100% premium acrylic, and it's absolutely wonderful. So it's a size Aran medium yarn. And for this project, I will be using a 6mm crochet hook, as well as a stitch marker, a tapestry needle, and a pair of scissors. So for this project, I will be making a sample. However, it's the exact same principle as making your full project, your full square to begin with. So just start by making a slip knot. So just go ahead and make a slip knot as always. Pop your hook through and tighten the knot, and you will be, so we are going to be making size S. So on my pattern and on my blog, I will be indicating the different sizes. So I have S, M and L and XL, and I will be writing down how many chains you need to do for those sizes, and then the principle is exactly the same. It's just the number of chain that changes for those sizes. In this video, I will be making a size S. So yes, so just download my pattern at selinaveronique.com for the other sizes. So to make the size S, you will be chaining 112. So just go ahead and start chaining. So 1, 2, 3. So I've just chained my sample. And so what we're going to do is our square, and our square is going to be a filet crochet technique square. So I'll just take you through it. So basically what we're going to do is place a double crochet into the 6th chain from the hook. So just count 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6, and go into the 6th chain from the hook and place a double crochet. So just yarn over and go through that stitch with your hook, pull your yarn through. You've got 3 loops on your hook, pull your yarn through 2 loops and pull through 2 loops, and there we go. We've got our first stitch, and basically this first chain 5 here counts as your first double crochet and chain 1 space. So what we're going to do now is chain 1 and skip 1 chain. So just skip this chain, the next one right here, and go into the next one and place a double crochet into that, and chain 1 and skip the next chain, which is the next one right here, and go into the next one and place a double crochet into that. And you see the principle is very simple. Basically what you're going to do is chain 1, skip a chain and double crochet, and this creates this beautiful pattern of 1 double crochet 1 space, 1 double crochet 1 space. So we're just going to do that until the end of our row. So just go ahead and chain 1, skip a stitch and go into the next stitch, and again chain 1, skip the next stitch and go into the next one and place a double crochet. So I'm just going to let you do that until the end of your row, and then I'll show you what to do once you've done that. So I've almost finished my row, my first row, and I've just done a double crochet, chain 1. I'm going to skip the next chain and go into the very last chain and place my double crochet. And there we go, I've just done my first row of filet crochet. So what I am going to do for row 2 is chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this counts as my first double crochet plus chain 1. Turn my work, and it's very simple. I'm just going to skip this chain space there and just go directly into the double crochet from the previous row with a double crochet and place it in that. So place a double crochet in that, chain 1, skip a stitch and go into the next one with a double crochet, and chain 1 and skip the stitch and go into the next double crochet. So basically it's very easy, it's a very easy pattern. You are just going to chain 1 and go directly into the double crochet with your own double crochet, and so on and so forth. So I'll just let you carry on until the end of this row, and then I'll show you what to do once we reach the end of this row. So I've almost finished my second row, and I've still got one chain to make, so just chain 1, and I've still got my double crochet to place. So I'm just going to place my double crochet into the third stitch from the chain 4 that we did in the previous row and place a double crochet into that. And there we go. We've just finished our second row of filet crochet, and I'll just show you, how to start row 3, but basically row 3 is just a repeat of row 2, so I'll just show you briefly what to do. So to begin row 3, which is the exact same as row 2, so basically just chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this counts as your first double crochet and chain 1. Turn your work and just go ahead and place your double crochet in the double crochet from the previous row. So just go ahead and do that. Chain 1 and go into the next double crochet. So just go ahead and go into that double crochet, and you see it's a very easy pattern. Chain 1 and go into the double crochet from the previous row. So it's very easy. So I'm just going to let you carry on this pattern. As I said, it's just a repeat of row 2, so if you need more help, just rewind this video and look at row 2 and just repeat that until you reach row, so let me see, row 44. So basically the initial square should measure approximately, for a size S, it should measure 90 centimeters high and 90 centimeters large, so that's a square, and that's approximately 35.5 inches on 35.5 inches, and that was for me approximately 44 rows. So I finished my square, so it measures the 90 centimeters that I need for my size. So there we go, this is what it looks like. And what we're going to do now is just fold it so that we can sew the arm hole. So yes, so what we're going to do is just fold it like so. So I'm just going to try and show you as best I can on camera. So this is what I've got. So I folded it in half, and my two angles are touching here, and obviously this is a square, and this is going to be the same on each side for each armhole. So this is in the length, and what we're going to do, and this is the center fold right here. So once we've folded this project with the center fold here, we are just going to be placing a stitch marker to sew our armhole. So I'm just going to show you the project. So we are going to be measuring 10 inches from that center fold like so. So there we go. So just make sure it's nice and folded properly. So it's approximate. So this is 10 inches right here for me. And I'm just going to pop my stitch marker into this spot. Like so. There we go. And this is just to show me up to where I need to sew. So basically this is where I need to stop sewing for my armhole. So basically I am going to be sewing from here to here, and then I'll fasten off and tidy up my loose end, and that will be my armhole sewed, and the same will be done for the other side. So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to sew. Like I said, I already have my loose end, which is quite long and is really handy. Otherwise, just sew in a piece of yarn, and what I'm going to do is just so you can use whichever technique you prefer. I use the mattress stitch, which is when you just go backwards and forwards into each side like so. So I hope you can see on camera. I'm just going to zoom in a bit. There we go, and hopefully you can see. So it's really easy. Just sew your piece as best you can. So I'm just going to go back and forth, and once you reach your stitch marker, just fasten off and tidy up your loose end, and do the same for the other side, and I'll meet you back to show you what to do for the rest of this cardigan. So I've just finished sewing in my armholes. So this is what this stitching is going to look like. I've done both, and this will be the arms, and we will be placing sleeves on those, and this is the front of the cardigan, if that makes any sense. So we've just this is the center fold, and this is the front that will open like this for our cardigan. And what we're going to do is work our pattern on the front of this cardigan. It will be the exact same thing that we do now that we will be doing on both the sleeves. So basically I'm just going to show you how to carry on with the pattern in the front for the collar and also the edging. So what we are going to do now is we are going to attach our yarn to our cardigan. I'm just gonna, so you can choose any place, any stitch onto which you can attach your yarn. So just take your yarn and attach it. So I'm just gonna attach it like this and place a double knot like so. So once you've attached your yarn and pop your hook through, just chain one, which is what I've just done. I've just chained one. I am going to be placing a single crochet into each and every stitch along. So just go into the next stitch and place a single crochet into that, and then into the next stitch. So these are my loose ends right here, so please forgive if it looks a bit messy for this stitch. So just place a single crochet into that, and now we can see that our stitches are quite clear, so just go into each and every one of those and place a single crochet into those. So just, I'm going to place a single crochet. So basically, and into the next, a single crochet, and into the next stitch, a single crochet, and the next stitch, and just go into the next stitch. And basically you're just going to go round your whole cardigan, placing single crochets all around. And I'll meet you back once I finished this round. So I've just finished my row of single crochets around the front edge of the cardigan. So this is what it kind of looks like. And so basically I've just placed my last single crochet inside the last stitch, and what I'm going to do is just pop my hook through the first stitch that I did at the time and just put a slip stitch. So I'm just going to slip stitch through this like so. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be placing a row of double crochets on top of my row of single crochets. So I'm just going to chain 3. So I'm just going to zoom in a bit now that I've showed you. And there we go. So I'm just going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and this counts as my first single crochet. That goes with this first stitch, so I'm just going to go directly into the second stitch and place my double crochet into that. So just go ahead and place a double crochet, and then in the next single crochet from the previous row just place a double crochet, and we're just going to be placing a row of double crochets inside that stitch, those stitches from the previous row. So just go ahead and place your double crochets all around like we've just done, and then I'll get back to you for the next rows. Just a heads up, we will be making like a ribbed edging for this cardigan. So yes, so we will be making a few rows of ribbed edging coming forward. So I'll just let you finish this row and I'll get back to you to show you how to complete this row. Hi, so I'm back and I've just finished my row of double crochets, and I've just placed my last double crochet in the last space, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the chain 3 that we did. So just pop your hook through and pull through and slip stitch to complete the row, and this is what it looks like, the row of double crochets. And what I'm going to show you now is how to complete the ribbed edging for this pattern. So we've just done a row of single crochets and a row of double crochets. What we are going to be doing now is another 3 rows of double crochets. However, they will be in the back loop only, just to give that ribbed effect for this pattern. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. So to create your ribbed effect, so this is where we've just slip stitched. So what we're going to do is chain 3 as always, 1, 2 and 3. And what we're going to do is place our double crochet. So this counts as a double crochet with this stitch. So we're just going to go in that stitch with our next double crochet. However, we are going to be placing our double crochets into just the back loop only. So if you can see, if I pop my, I'm just going to show you. So when I pop my hook through like so, you've got 2 strands on your hook. What we want to do to create a ribbed effect is just go through 1 strand and the back strand, which is this one right here. So what we're going to do is just go through every back strand only, the back loop. So just yarn over and go into the back loop of that stitch and place a double crochet and this is what it looks like. Again, so for the next stitch we are going to do the exact same. Place a double crochet in the back loop only, and again in the next stitch go into the back loop only, and this is what we're going to do, back loop. So we are just going to place a row of double crochets into the back loops only, and once you've reached the end of this row you will be doing the exact same and slip stitching. And what you are going to be doing is chain 3. You will be turning your work. I know we are working in the rounds, however we've not been turning our work until now for this edging. However, once you reach the end of this row you are going to slip stitch, chain 3 and turn your work. Again, chain 3 and repeat this row twice more with placing your double crochets into the back loops only. So basically it's very simple. So just complete this round, slip stitch, chain 3, turn your work, and repeat this row twice, and we will be having 3 more rows in total. So this row plus 2 more back loop only, and I'll get back to you once you've completed those. Okay, so I've just finished my 3rd row of ribbed edging, and I'm just going to slip stitch like so. So I'm just going to go ahead and slip stitch, and this is this edging finished. I've just snipped off my yarn and create a knot. So there we go. So I've just finished the edging on the front of my cardigan. If you head over to my blog, there will be plenty of pictures just to show you the finished project, because obviously it's a bit harder just to show. There we go. So this is the result. Like I said, you can head over to my blog and check out the pictures of the finished project. So this is the front of the cardigan, and now you are going to have to repeat the same thing for each armhole. So I just wanted to quickly show you the sleeves, because the sleeves, so I'm just going to show you here the stitches. This is the wrong side, if that makes sense, of the stitches. So what you're going to do is just attach your yarn at any point. So just go ahead and slip stitch your yarn through, and it's going to be the exact same pattern as the front of the cardigan I've just showed you. I'm just however going to show you how I've placed my stitches. So I'm just going to zoom in a bit. There we go. Because this is the wrong side of stitches, so you're just going to pop your hook through, chain 1, and then you're just going to go and try. So you're not going to go into every single stitch like so, really, because they're a bit unequal, if that makes sense, because it's on the wrong side. So you're just going to pop your single crochets around, trying to be as placing them as equally as possible, if that makes sense. So you're just going to pop into stitches and place your single crochets as best you can. So I try and go into every stitch, however it's a bit more it's not as clear cut as the front of the cardigan. I hope this makes sense. You are going to have to repeat the same thing for each armhole. So just rewind the video and do the exact same thing as what I've just done for the front of the cardigan. Within the armholes that we created earlier. So 1 row of single crochet, 1 row of double crochet, and then 3 rows of ribbed double crochet for each sleeve. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Just rewind the video if you need more more details or a refresher on what to do, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and check out my blog for the pictures. And yes, thank you so much. Bye bye.